Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time. I think it's been like 2 years. So let's just talk about my updates, my life, why I've been off, what's going on. So how can I say this? I think it's like 2 in the morning here in Houston. My kids are sleeping. This is probably the only time I can actually do a video. Like I'll be so busy with them. Um, so let's get it started, guys. So I was going to start working, and I got a job at Harris County Tollway. So I was gonna work for the tolls, but I was gonna be a call center representative. So basically, if you needed like to pay your bills, or if you wanted to make payments, or like anything, I was gonna help y'all do it, and probably like help y'all get a lower price on it, or some stuff like that. So I was gonna be there for 2 weeks training, and then after 2 weeks training, I was actually gonna start working at the call center. So you basically have to pass those 2 weeks. You have to take tests, pass the test, and you have to and then you have to pass the test, and then and you move to the next level. Okay, so I think it was like about to Tuesday, about to be like Wednesday, 3 in the morning. Tuesday going to Wednesday at 3 in the morning. 2 in the morning, sorry. I went to sleep probably like around 1 or 12. And then my husband came right after me. And then, oh, I forgot. I had another baby, guys. I have 2 boys now. So my little baby is 1 year old. My oldest is going to be 4. I can't believe it. I have 2 boys. The best thing ever, even though the boys drive me crazy. So yeah, back to the story. And so at 2 in the morning, that night I took the babies a bath, put them up, like regular. And then I noticed, I kind of figured like he was getting sick, my little one, and I just put him to bed. And then because he was so sleepy, and he is a person that when he's so sleepy, he fights his sleep until he's actually like knocked out. So he gives us a hard time if he don't go to sleep the time he's supposed to be going to sleep. So my husband comes in, and I don't know, once he comes in, the baby makes this weird cry. If you're a mom, you know the difference between a real cry, a regular cry, and a crazy cry. So he got up and he just grabbed him, and he's shaking. And then I was like, okay, give him to me. I was like half asleep. And then I just turned the light from my phone, and then I just looked at him, and his eyes were like rolling back, and then I was like, the first thing in my mind, call 911. So he called 911, and then he was like so like upset. Like, my husband, he's a person that he doesn't know how to handle these kind of situations. So I kind of grabbed the baby. I went to my neighbors because my neighbor works at the hospital, and then I just knocked, and I came straight inside the room. And then we live in a townhome, so we have like 3 levels. So our 3rd level is kind of like our rooms. And then I just came back in the room, and he went to like bang on their door, and then he's like, it's an emergency, it's an emergency. So both of our neighbors, like we live in the middle, so there's 2 neighbors. They both came out, and they came inside, and she's just like, what's going on? And she just grabbed the baby. And then I kind of left the room just because I was trying to put my pants on, because her husband came in, and the neighbors, he was a guy, and he came in. I just didn't want them to see me. And then I came right inside, and I think I took the situation better than my husband did, just because 2 parents can't actually go crazy, because and then you don't know what to do, like if both of you are going crazy, and like, what am I doing, what should I do? And like, my first reaction is call 911, and then we worry about the rest. And then so I think the whole time that he was on the phone with 911 was like 3 to 5 minutes. And then he was just explaining to them how to get here, and you know how they are. They're like, oh, what's the street, what's the main street, what's the cross street, and what's the name of the apartments, and do I need a code to go, you know, like normal, like simple things. And he was just like going crazy. And so she was like, he's having a seizure. So we let the seizure pass because you really can't do nothing. So she just had him on the side. And then all I can hear him is like, you know, like it broke my heart because you can't do nothing. You don't even know what's going on. You don't even know what they're feeling, you know. And then I was just like right there standing next to him, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then he just started crying really bad. So once he cried, I guess the seizure went and finished, and then the ambulance came. And then my husband's like, do you come up here? Do I take him down there? Like, what's the deal? You know, like, he gets so aggressive with everybody. He just starts talking crazy to everybody. And I understand him because you're a parent. You don't know. It's our first time that we ever went through this, you know. And it's like, I just feel like we always have bad luck on things. So it's like what's going on, you know, like. And then I just put my pants on. I didn't even have a bra. I didn't have nothing on. Like, I just put my shirt, pants, and sandals on, and my hair is just all crazy. I didn't even brush. You know, you don't care about all that. So I just left in the ambulance. He stayed because my oldest son was sleeping, but he let my sister know. So my sister and my brother-in-law came, but once they got here, we were already gone. So my sister lives like 15 minutes away, or 20. She got here like 5 minutes. He was driving like he's like, I know I wasn't, you know, we weren't gonna do nothing, but we just wanted to be there. So they took my nephew, and then my husband just stayed here waiting for us. And then we got to when we were on the way to the hospital, like, I think that's when it hit me. Like, things hit me later or after, you know. So it just hit me, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, I was just tearing up because he was still crying. Like, he was crying for a very long time because he was so tired. And then he just had a seizure, and then he just can't go back to sleep. Like, it was just so much stuff going on. And then we got to the hospital, and then they told me that it was a seizure fever. And when I took his temperature while he was having the seizure, it was 103.4. So it was like over the line, you know. And then she told me that once you feel like your kid is having a fever, you automatically give them medicine, you know, Tylenol, ibuprofen, whatever they tell you to give them, because the fever can go high and it could cause them to have a seizure. So they said that it can happen from like 6 months to like 5 years. So like any age your kid can get it. And then she's just like, this is just a one thing, you know, like maybe later on in life, you know, if he has it again and it's the fevers, because it's a fever seizure. But she was like, but if he just has seizures and no fever, then, you know, it's something different. And I was just like, okay. And I'm like, hopefully it's just one time scare and that's it, you know, because I wouldn't know how to react to all those things. And then so yeah, that's what she told me. And then I was training, and I called them once I got to the hospital. It was like 3 in the morning. I called them and left them a voicemail, let them know what happened. And then I called at 6 in the morning and let them know what happened, that I was not gonna go to work, that I don't want to lose the job and all this stuff. And I kept like waking up like 7, 8, 9, 10, no calls, nothing. And then I was just like, okay, whatever. And then I just fell asleep, and when I woke up, I had a missed call, I had a voicemail, and it was the guy that hired me. And then, you know, he left me a voicemail like, hey, I heard you're under the weather, please give me a call, blah 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 blah. So I called him, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I heard that you're under the weather, what happened? And then I just told him what happened. I don't know if they thought that I was sick, but I explained very well. My son was sick, I had an excuse, I had hospital paperwork, I had everything. And then he's just like, oh, I'm so sorry you went through all that. And, you know, guys, look at my lash. Let's fix that real quick. Nothing happened, guys. Anyways, so yeah. And then he's like, I have to tell you bad news. I have to let you go. And then I was just like, okay, that's fine. Like, what am I gonna do? Beg them? You know, like, no. And then I was just like, okay. He's like, if there's a position next month, I will call you. You'll be the first one to know, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, okay. And then it was just crazy because the day before that, all the managers like, I guess the people that we were gonna work for, they came and introduced themselves and were like, we're a big family, and you know, like, we love everybody, we're here for everybody if anybody needs something, or blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, so all that y'all were saying is bull, you know, because it's like, this happened and y'all didn't care about it. Like, I understand if I didn't want to go to work, if I missed it just to miss work, but it's like I had an emergency and they sure didn't care about my emergency. So I was just like, no. And then when they were like, you know, we'll call you like next month, February, and blah 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 blah. And then I was like, do I even want to work for a company that doesn't care? Because it's like, what if I train again and something else happens? They're gonna let me go. So it's like, what's the whole point of working for a company that doesn't care about family? So I think that job, it's a great job. The pay is great, the hours are great, everything's great. Just, I think it's a job for somebody that's single or in a relationship, someone that does not have kids, because they sure do not care about you having your kids and your kids going through something and they're letting you go because of that issue. So I was upset for like probably like a whole week, because I'm like, is it, you know, it's like, I kind of felt like it was my fault, but it's like I didn't do nothing. You know, it's like something very important happened, like an emergency in my family. My kids come first, my family comes first, you know, like, if they don't understand, then that's fine, whatever. You know, I didn't have to work. I wanted to work because I miss working, I miss getting money, I wanted to help my husband, I just wanted to work. But my husband's like, it's better for you just to stay home with the boys, you know, you taking care of them helps us work, you know. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So that's what happened with my son and my job. And then just right now, in January 23rd, it was my niece's 15th birthday party, and I was helping my sister and everything. And then, like, I think once I finished everything, I got this big headache. I felt like my head wanted to explode, and I thought it was because, you know, moms, you know, when we get things ready for parties, we get headaches because we want everything to be well. We're like rushing and, you know, like all these things. So I was just like, oh my god, oh, my leg hurts. I was just like, oh my gosh, you know. So I was just like, maybe it hurts because I was trying to make everything so perfect, like help my sister out. And then when that happened, I just took the Advil because that's all that she had at the moment. And then I just went home, and that was Monday. So Monday all the way to like a whole week, my head was hurting. But during that week, I went to the doctor. I was like, I'm having very headaches, you know, like, I don't even think they're headaches. And then they were like, oh, how you're prescribing us is you're having migraines. And then I'm just like, okay. I'm like, this is the second time I get it, and I actually get it. The second time that I get it is actually after my monthly. So it's just like, what the hell? And the first time, I think I had it for 3 days, but this time was the longest day. But it's like, I don't stress out for my heads to hurt, you know, like, to get migraines. I do have my sleeping schedule really messed up, so that can be one thing. I do be on my phone a lot. That's another second thing. And you know, the bright of your phone, technology, your phones, everything kind of messes you up. And then I will wear sunglasses, and I felt like sunglasses was help me out more with my headache. And she was saying that I was photophobic, because like right now the light is not bothering me, thank God. Like, this is my second day that I feel better, and I thank the Lord Jesus, because those headaches are the worst headaches in the world. Like, I felt like somebody was squeezing my brains, like, and me feeling those ways made me feel like I wasn't here. Like, I was just here just to be here. Like, I don't want to do nothing. I was like, I don't want to say depressed, because I wasn't. I was still active and doing stuff, but I was just like, just here just to be here, you know. I couldn't go to sleep. Every time I laid down, I felt like I had so much pressure in my head. I guess they said once you do get old, like, everything hits you, because I'm 30 now, guys, so I don't know. So if you're young, take care of yourself, because everything does hit you when you get a little older. And I was telling her that my ears were popping, because they will pop like, you know, every time I did like a, like, you know, whatever. And then she looked at my ears, and then she's like, you have, I think she said you have fluid or something like that. I don't know what, but she said it's not wax, because she's like, I don't see no wax. I think she's like, it seems like you have a little fluid in there. And then I don't know, so I don't know if that was causing my heads to hurt, you know. But now, so like, I still feel the popping in my ear, and I took blood work just to see if anything else was wrong with me. So I'm actually waiting for those results. So hopefully, I don't think it's bad, because if it was bad, they would have been calling me, because I did it like last week. So yes, guys, I had so much that was going on in my life, but thank the Lord Jesus, everything's better, everything's calm. My kids are great. I'm better, thank God, now. And I am going to be back, guys, for sure this time. I'm going to do more videos. If I don't do them every weekend, I'll do them every other week. It's just so hard when the boys are up, because one is going crazy, yelling, playing. The other one wants to eat, and just, they'll both be in my way. But I'll show y'all my boys next time. But yes, guys, I just wanted to give you an update. But yes, guys, so I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Happy New Year's, guys.